Have you ever wondered what secrets a side hustle might hide? Not the money, but the trust, the feelings, and the subtle tension it brings into a marriage? What if your extra income is silently shaping your spouse's perception of you, creating cracks in a relationship you've spent years building? Could the fear of judgment, conflict, or misalignment with shared goals make honesty feel more threatening than deception itself? Welcome to Responsible Parenting TVC, building stronger homes, one truth at a time. Here, we bring you deep insights on love, marriage, and relationships, the beauty, the battles, and the breakthroughs. Subscribe now, and let's grow stronger together. Disclaimer: this content is for education and awareness only. It does not replace professional counseling, therapy, or legal advice. So, how much transparency is too much, and how much secrecy can a marriage bear before the walls start closing in? Imagine Sarah from Atlanta juggling her teaching career while quietly running an online store, excited by her progress, but fearful of revealing the hustle to her husband, David, who values financial unity and mutual decision-making. Or consider Ahmed and Fatima in Lagos, whose side ventures, small investments in crypto, turned into silent anxiety, threatening to overshadow their otherwise strong partnership. If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe now. If you're on Facebook, follow our page, like, comment, and share this video with others who need to hear this truth. And don't forget to turn on your notification bell, because every episode here could save a home, a heart, or a marriage. The truth is, side hustles are not just financial undertakings. They are deeply emotional and psychological undertows in modern relationships. Why do some couples navigate them seamlessly while others spiral into silent resentment? Could it be the difference between communication, trust, and mutual understanding? The story of Emily and Mark from London illustrates this vividly. Emily quietly started selling handmade crafts online, while Mark assumed their shared income was sufficient. Weeks passed, tension grew, and subtle miscommunications turned into questions that neither felt safe asking. In Toronto, Michael's freelance coding gigs initially seemed harmless, yet the secrecy surrounding when and how much he earned slowly built a barrier between him and his wife, Rachel. The stress wasn't just financial, it was emotional. A creeping feeling of isolation, mistrust, and the constant weighing of what if I tell? The underlying psychological impact is profound. Guilt, anxiety, fear of judgment, and mistrust can quietly erode intimacy. Couples may argue about unrelated issues, but at the root, it's the hidden financial reality creating invisible friction. How do we navigate this delicate landscape? Are there practical strategies that allow transparency without conflict? But the story doesn't end here. In part 2, we will dive deeper into psychological insights, real-life examples, and actionable strategies that couples can adopt to balance honesty, personal ambition, and relational harmony. How can side hustles become a bridge rather than a wedge in marriage? How do you reveal your financial pursuits without fear, guilt, or conflict? If this story has touched you so far, kindly comment "Truth over fear." Share this video with family, friends, and loved ones. Subscribe for more real-life stories that heal hearts on Responsible Parenting TVC. And don't forget to turn on your notification bell. The next part might just change how you see honesty, trust, and ambition in love forever. The truth about hidden side hustles isn't just about money. It's about trust, emotional security, and psychological safety in a marriage. When one partner keeps financial activities secret, Even with the best intentions, the mind begins to weave scenarios of mistrust, insecurity, and doubt. Psychologists note that secrecy often triggers cognitive dissonance, the tension between wanting to be honest and fearing negative consequences. For Sarah in Atlanta, the small thrill of her online store was overshadowed by guilt every time she kept a sale from David. That guilt quietly crept into arguments, communication breakdowns, and emotional distance, creating friction she never anticipated. Consider Ahmed and Fatima in Lagos. They initially thought their small cryptocurrency investments were personal and harmless, but unspoken assumptions about money, ownership, and control led to latent conflict. Every conversation about household expenses became subtly charged. Every question about savings felt like a probe, and the psychological toll was clear: anxiety, defensiveness, and emotional withdrawal. Couples in similar situations often report heightened stress, irritability, and a sense of isolation, even when both partners have good intentions. So, how can couples navigate side hustles without letting secrecy corrode trust? Here are actionable strategies that real couples have successfully implemented. 1. Open financial mapping. Begin by creating a shared understanding of all income sources, debts, and financial goals. You don't need to disclose every detail immediately, but having a framework for discussion reduces anxiety. Emily and Mark, for example, introduced a weekly money chat where both shared updates on their finances, including side hustles, in a safe, judgment-free environment. 2. Set boundaries for disclosure. Not every microtransaction requires explanation, but clarity on intentions, profit goals, and risk helps partners align. Michael and Rachel agreed that any freelance project exceeding $500 would be discussed, creating predictability and eliminating hidden stress. 3. Use psychological anchors. Emotional transparency matters as much as financial transparency. Before revealing a side hustle, check in with your spouse's comfort levels and fears. Asking, "How would you feel if I pursued this opportunity?" frames the conversation in empathy and reduces defensiveness. 4. Develop a collaborative plan. Side hustles should ideally enhance, not undermine, shared goals. Create a plan together for savings, investment, or reinvestment. This reinforces partnership rather than secrecy. For instance, Ahmed and Fatima eventually agreed on a split: 70% to shared goals, 30% reinvested individually, balancing autonomy and transparency. 5. Normalize mistakes and iteration. The first disclosure may feel awkward. Couples often stumble over timing, tone, or assumptions. Normalizing mistakes and revisiting conversations periodically ensures honesty becomes habit, not a source of stress. Ultimately, revealing side hustles is less about financial mechanics and more about emotional intimacy and trust building. The couples who thrive are those who treat disclosure as an ongoing dialogue, a living agreement rather than a one-time confession. So ask yourself, how much secrecy is too much, and what could transparency unlock in your marriage? Could revealing your side hustle deepen trust instead of fracturing it? How can a simple conversation about money prevent months or years of subtle emotional distance? If this story has resonated with you, comment "Trust First," share with friends or family who juggle side hustles, and subscribe for more stories that open minds and heal hearts on Responsible Parenting TVC. And don't forget to turn on your notification bell, because your next conversation about money might transform your marriage for the better. Thank you for watching Responsible Parenting TVC. If this story blessed you, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Together, let's build homes and marriages that last, one truth at a time.